What's going on, y'all? Sandman here, and this is gonna be some Vigor tips and tricks. Some stuff you may know, some stuff you may not. But we'll start with the first one, which is if you use the comm tower, you personally know exactly where the crate is gonna drop. Everybody else still sees it in a green general circle, but you will actually see exactly where. Another good trick is for the Bard house. When you get all of the main panels behind it off and you still have the bars on, you can actually crouch, jump in, and then try to lay down, and you can get through the bars. Or you can do a crouch jump if you take the top bars off. So that's worth noting there. Always expect that the Bard house and the lock container are going to be busy. They're worth the pushes most of the time. But they do carry different loot sometimes. This location here, we actually found all of these sections. And what I also wanted to mention was, know what ammo is worth crushing. Because sometimes you end up too full. And for instance, there I know that shotgun ammo I have too much of. So it's worth having a rough idea of what ammo you want to find and bring with you. And what ammo you really can just craft on your own. Also, keep an eye in every direction you're looking, because sometimes you'll overlook a suitcase or something like that. I had actually swept this room and completely overlooked that suitcase. Another tip is, when you go to these crates, if someone's booby-trapped these crates and it goes up to the solve the sequence, you can just press circle and run away from the package. It'll detonate on its own, and then you can reapproach it to pick up the items. And always make sure you extract with what it is you want to extract with. Sometimes you may see someone with something that you might want. So, for instance, this solo player has a Ventores that Joe definitely wants. So our goal is, we're actually in discussion of, hey, let's press the signal tower as soon as we get a chance. See if we find a solo guy. See if we could clip the solo guy. We could take his Ventores. And that's kind of what we want. Everybody will play for whatever they want. You'll play the round however you want. If you're playing for XP, you may play just to try to clip, the little XP you need to level up, or you may play for certain, gear, items, etc. If you want electronics, you'll go to the car park. There tends to be a good bit of electronics in the car park. Or if you're playing, with no weapon, you're going in absolutely, barehanded, and you go in barehanded. You're looking for things, but you're also avoiding all contact. So you may want to use jammers, things like that. So you want to play it according to that approach. There's a couple things also I want to mention is sometimes the reticle's hard to see. So if you want, you can go into the options. You can change the reticle color, the crosshair color. I originally used mine on white, but now I use it on red. And also, don't be afraid to draw attention from someone and try to get your teammate towards you. But the best way to stay alive is always to be in motion. You see a lot of players sometimes just shake left and right and things like that. That's at least just a throw off. The instant you stay 100% still, that's normally when a random shot comes out and clips your head. So becoming a difficult target to hit, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to stay, you want to move, you want to jump, you want to lay down, you want to do, catch people off guard, outsmart people, and play it accordingly. And you always want to have map knowledge. So signal detector, especially mid-late game, is not a bad thing to do. Or just carrying a portable signal detector to see who's the closest enemy is not bad to do. Just so you know how many people are left on the map and how much time you may have just to loot an entire section for yourself. And I mean, you can normally come out if you have a good map awareness with a lot. And again, you can see here, this is another, jumping in with that crouch method. You can also do the lay down method. I prefer to do the crouch method because the crouch method I feel is a little safer. It's a little faster to get in, whereas the lay down method, you expose yourself laying down and it's a slow crawl in. Yeah, and it's not hard to do at all because this will be Joel's first time doing it. And once he had to crouch first and do it, he comes right in. So it's not a difficult method. You can try that out. And again, make sure that you're gauging everything correctly. Always make sure you know what ammo it is you can craft. So for instance, in this, I'm right now I'm looking. I'm like, all right, there's only 9 ammo. I can pick this up, and then it puts it to 40 ammo there. So I was like, all right, what else can I crush? And 9x18 I can craft. So I got rid of that, and I made an empty spot to pick up some more stuff. And extracted safely. And always communicate, discuss, ping everything, mention everything. So I'm actually gonna stop talking here just so you can hear the communication between me and Joe.
I know that they want to, but he has 2 weeks left. I'm not gonna pick it up.
Watch it, Joe. I'm trying to route. I don't know. I'm trying to route a flank. You know what I mean?
They're both looking at me. Don't worry. Got him. One's dead.
Won't let me jump. Oh shit! There's someone behind me. I gotta move. It didn't let me run. Ooh!
Where you get hit from?
From over here. This side somewhere.
Got you. Yeah, he's here. Yeah, two of them.
Are they pressing me, Joe? Where are they?
One dead.
Where's the other one?
One dead. Dead, motherfucker.
Let's go, baby!
Dead. All 3.
Let's go! Let me fucking bandage. Holy shit. Let's go, Joe, you fucking heathen. Fuck, let me put my Band-Aid on, you know what I mean?
This G3.
I'm fucking stuck on Band-Aid right now. Band-Aid stuck on me, bro.
Put the G3 on single fire. You picked up the shit from him over there?
I picked up, one guy, he didn't have a ton of shit. Like a fucking, what do they call that shit, the rack or whatever? You don't only have to, communicate with the team, but definitely always use every advantage you have. So, for instance, if you're playing in third person, use the third-person camera to your advantage. You're going to want to angle around corners, almost spin the camera around, just so you can see what's behind certain things, what's ahead of you, even before you go into the room for the most part. So you see here, I'm kind of looking into the corners. I'm kind of spinning around. I don't want to move forward, but also pay attention to how your character is standing. Sometimes you clip a little bit through, and it'll showcase that you're at the location or not. So I used the third-person camera right there to ID where that guy was, and then now I'm using it again to get a rough idea. I know that this wood is in good coverage, but I see that he's using a sniper, so I'm ready to press against it. And I lay down and get that shot because I know that just taking the shots in motion, drop shotting, things like that, much more effective it feels in terms of getting kills than just like standing in one spot just trying to like burst fire for the most part. This clip is going to show, first me and Joe were actually discussing, we looked at the map and we ID'd that the locker was not on the bridge but under the bridge. And you can kind of tell if you zoom in. Sometimes if you look real quick, you may not be able to tell exactly where the item's going to be. That would suck because if you take the high end of the bridge, you end up in an engagement and then you realize like, oh shit, the locker was on the low end. Now you realize you made that press for nothing. So this is us approaching, and we're trying to do so with caution. I'm spinning cameras around just to get a rough idea, see if I see anything. A lot of people tend to hide in bushes around these things, especially the lock container. So just use caution. Just eyeball bushes, eyeball like if it's the snowy trees. Look in the trees and watch out. Make sure that you have vibration on your controller so that you can actually feel when you're on the right button for the lock. It'll have like a very small vibration to let you know you're there. So then you come over, you keep picking these. If you have an issue jumping onto the rooftop of the lock container, put your weapon away. Press a whole triangle on PlayStation. Put your weapon away, and then jump on from there. And always try to do it from like an angle where it's tilting, almost like tilting away from you. So this is kind of tilting towards me, and I was having a hard time jumping up. And then I realized I see it here. It's tilting that way, so I tried this, and then it goes right up. So that's the easiest way to do it. If you look at it, just see which way it's tilting. Try to tilt try to jump on the shorter end, and you can normally get up with your weapon put away. And so here I'm trying to feel for the lock, and right there. So this method doesn't trigger the mortars. You can go right in, and you can just simply take exactly what it is you want. And there's a couple of other tips I could mention. Listen out for ravens at the exit. That lets you know that someone, an enemy contact, is camping the exit. Ping the dirt holes that normally show up that you can dig up. If it shows up with the picture icon, that's the treasure hole. If it shows up like a regular ping, then you can ignore having to dig it up. And always pay attention to the storm. This game, I played it very close, and I knew I was playing it risky, and I knew I would lose a lot of health in the storm to try to exit. This guy camped me out. He killed me, and as you can see, he doesn't even make it out because he played it way more suicidal, and because of that, he came out with nothing instead of what he was hoping for. So definitely be careful, and hopefully these tips help. I appreciate everybody who subbed. Have a good one. Good job, Beef.